In this DBD video, I went over 5 killers that I wanted to see in the game. Now, I asked you to leave comments on what killers you wanted to see, and guys, you didn't disappoint. If your name didn't appear in this comment section, don't worry, I'll be doing something like this again in the future, so let's get straight into it, shall we? Kicking off the list, we have Jigsaw would be perfect since Pig is already in the game, but he may be hard to execute. I actually personally think that Jigsaw shouldn't be added to this game, the old man or the fucking puppet. I think both are just a bad option because, I don't know, I just feel like they wouldn't work in a killer type of role. I think that's the reason why Pig was brought in the first place, was because, you know, the Pig is actually somebody who can move about and kidnap people. You're not gonna have fucking John Kramer, or whatever his name is, run around the map stabbing people or anything like that. Besides, we already have a, you know, an idea of what the Jigsaw would do anyway. That's what the Pig is doing. So personally, I don't see it, and I hope it doesn't happen because I think it would be a waste, and I don't think it would even sell that well. Next up we have is Friday the 13th. Probably not. I mean, here's the thing, right? I think Jason is cool and all, but I don't think he really needs to be in DVD. We already have a game of him where he's going around killing people, you know, so it's fine. I think that game went down though, so it's not like it's impossible. I just personally don't really want to see it because I feel like Jason and Michael Myers are pretty much on the same like sort of wavelength when it comes to how they kill people. The only difference is that Jason actually runs at people and Michael Myers, you know, he just sort of like walks and is a little bit more creepy. But if you want to see him, you can. I just don't really feel like it's going to be something that's really that unique, and I'm trying to look for something that's quite unique. Springtrap is a better pick than Freddy due to him being more horror-esque design. So I want to point this out real quickly because this is something that I really wanted to talk about. Springtrap, the reason why I didn't choose Springtrap is because I think Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which is the only game that he's in, at least out of the 4 that I've played, it's probably the least scary game out of the bunch. I mean, his jump scare is him just like sort of like strolling up and be like, yo, what's up, bro? there's not, like, to be honest with you, I don't see the whole horror side to him. Like, it just doesn't seem that cool. The only horror thing I can find is the whole how the purple guy, whatever this guy's name is, how he got locked in the suit and pretty much got like clamped in the suit, and like, you know, that's the only thing I can think that was horror based. The overall design I think is quite weak, to be honest with you. You know, the characters all like sort of molded. It like, to me, that just it looks like it's trying too hard to be horror based. As with Freddy, it's like he shouldn't be horror based. There's something wrong about Freddy because you can tell that he's supposed to be a mascot for children, right? So when he's acting, you know, all murderous and shit, it's like, what the hell? Why is he doing that? Look, that's off, right? That's off-putting. But with Springtrap, it would be normal, right? Because he looks horror-based. But I had a rethink about this, and to be honest with you, I'd actually prefer the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 designs. These designs are actually like 60 times more terrifying. I think they would be a lot more better in DVD as opposed to Springtrap or even the original animatronics that I wanted to see in the game. But yeah, I don't know how they would implement it. I was thinking about like having all 4 like of the original cast, so Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, have them all in the map, and you get to switch between each one during like chases or whatever. So like similar to like, we'll say Sadako, similar to Sadako, where she can teleport to a TV, you'd be able to teleport to an animatronic. The only difference being that Sadako obviously can TP to TVs all the time, right? But as opposed to if you're playing as Freddy, you can teleport to another animatronic and there's like a 20-second cooldown. But Freddy stays where he is, right? So you can sort of like put down animatronics where you need them to be in certain areas, if that makes sense. It's really hard to say and make it make sense, but I think it'd be really cool to have it like that. The Big Daddy from BioShock needs to be added. He was originally going to be in the 5 killers that I mentioned in my last in the DVD video that I was talking about, killers and need to be added. The only reason I didn't add him in the end was because I felt like he wasn't too horror based. This might catch a little people off guard because I added Poison Ivy at the end, but I really do think Big Daddy is a bit of one of those things where it's like, how the hell would you actually implement him in the game? So it's been a while since I played BioShock, but I think in BioShock 2 you actually play as the Big Daddy, and from what I can tell, I really don't know how they would add him correctly. I don't know what his ability would be. I don't know how he would like function. Would he be too big? I mean, this is one of the biggest like killers that we would have in DBD, no? But yeah, I don't know how they would add him, to be honest with you. But yeah, it'd be cool to see him. Next up is Chris Walker from Outlast. I get why you would say Chris Walker. The only problem I have with him is I think, oh, what was the thing at the end of Outlast? The ghost thing. I think he would play a lot more cooler as a killer, to be honest with you. He was a lot more terrifying to play against because you knew the threat was a lot more fucking lethal. Chris is a bit of a weird one because like he's just a fat guy who runs at you and happens to be quite strong. That's the only like thing with Chris. That's all he really does in Outlast. I don't know, man. I think I would just. I think that's too basic for DBD. I think having the weird entity thing at the end of the game would be a lot more cooler. You know, have him, give him ability like, oh, he can phase through loops and stuff like that. I don't know. Just something that, like, something unique, because Chris, you can't really add anything to him. He's just a fat guy. I would love anything Junji Ito related to be added to the game, or the Strangers from the Strangers. So the Strangers, I think, are way too similar to the Legion because of how they, it's just 4 people in a mask. Cool, I guess, but they don't really hold any abilities over them. They're just killing people for the sake of it, similar to the Legion. So I'd say immediately opt that out. I would say rather have the Strangers as elite skins for the Legion. Other than that, no, I don't think they should be added to the game. As opposed to Junji Ito, though, that's a very, very good suggestion. If you don't know what Junji Ito is, he's a manga author who does these short stories that are really horror focused. The only problem I have with adding something like that to the game is I can't, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any characters that could be added, because the majority of the stories of Junji Ito that I enjoyed weren't, killer focused. For example, there's these this mountain one where the group find, it's not even a group, it's just like a bunch of people find that there's holes in a mountain, and they happen to figure out that these holes are perfectly shaped for each individual person. So for example, one person might see a hole and it's got the perfect outline for them, the absolute perfect outline, and they can only just fit through it because it's so perfect for them. But these people start to, they look at the holes, they see it's perfect for them, and then their mind starts playing this weird trick on them where they're like, they feel obligated to go into this hole, right? This abyss of just nothingness, right? And it's like an addiction, right? People are really wanting to get in this hole, right? And people start doing it, and they slowly start to slide through it, and the hole starts twisting and disoriented. What's the word? I don't even know the word. Disoriented? I don't know. It starts going all over the place, right? And their body starts to morph into other weird things. It's disgusting. Put it that way. It's just disgusting. I don't even know how you describe it because I didn't understand the chapter myself, but it was kind of creepy, I won't lie. There was another chapter where these 4 girls see balloons of their faces in the air with ropes attached to them, and they're trying to get these balloons are trying to find the person that their face is in real life, and they're trying to wrap the rope around them to, obviously, you know exactly what I mean. But they're trying to do that, and there's fucking hundreds of thousands of balloons, and by the end of the chapter it becomes such a worldwide problem that news broadcasters have already been taken by these balloons. The majority of the city has been taken by these balloons, and they're all just in the air, hanging. It's such a bizarre episode, but I remember chapter, but I remember reading that when I was younger and thinking what the actual fuck is wrong with this show? It's weird. They did come out with an anime of it, but personally I don't like it. I think it's quite bad, if I'm being honest with you. And there we have it. There was a few others, but I'm trying to keep the video length not over 15 minutes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm off to go play Lara Croft in DBD. She's so cool, man. She gets into a chase and she's like, bloody hell. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.